Okay guys, so today we will be looking at the trial balance. Now for a second, do you guys know which two sections are included within the trial balance? If your guess was the balance sheet and the nominal section, then you were correct. The trial balance is split between two sections, the balance and the nominal section. Now, it is important for you guys to know which accounts go under these two headings. It is something that I struggled with a lot when I was doing my grade 12 accounting or throughout my accounting journey from grade 10 until grade 12. And it is very much important to know which accounts to classify under which heading. Now I'm going to give a very quick getaway or a very short method of understanding which accounts go under which section. So generally, for balance sheet accounts, you will normally put your statement of financial position accounts. And for your nominal section, you will generally put your profit or loss accounts. Now, what do I mean by statement of financial position accounts? I am speaking about our assets, your equity, and your liabilities. Just as a framework. And our profit or loss, I'm talking about your revenue, other income, expenses, those are the general topics or general accounts. But what goes really under each? From a higher level perspective, assets, we have your non-current and your current assets. Your non-current assets, your vehicles, you have your PPE, plant, property and equipment. You will have your land. Those are generally non-current assets. Your current, and also what is important to note here is the depreciation for each of these accounts, because except for land, of course. What else? Current assets, we have your petty cash or your cash and cash equivalents, let me rather say that, cash and cash equivalents. You will have your trading stock, inventory, receivables, also here you might have a loan, not rather just a loan, but maybe a fixed, let me rather say a fixed deposit. A fixed deposit. It's an investment. It's an investment. Now these are your high level assets. Equity. What goes into our equity? You have your ordinary shares. you have your retained income. What else goes in there? Can you think of it? Well, at higher perspective, these are the most two items that go into equity. Mostly. We'll just leave it there for now. Moving on to your liabilities. Liabilities, you also have non-current liabilities and current liabilities. What are our non-current liabilities? This is your loan, your mortgage, bond. Also here, current liabilities, what does it put? It puts our payables, income received in advance, your current portion of loan, your current tax liability, and so on and so forth. But in higher term values, those are generally your balance sheet items. What we will now focus on is going to be our nominal section. What goes in where? Our revenue items differ based on the type of company that we are. Are we a services company or are we a goods company? Do we render services or do we sell goods? Sometimes it's a combination of both, but mostly, most companies in theory that you're gonna do at your current secondary level is either it does one of each. So what will we have here? Can you go with me? We will have our services. Okay, for a services company versus for goods. Here you will only have income or revenue, and here you will have sales. And under expenses, you will have cost of sales. But these aren't just any expenses. Because these two give you your gross profit and they are right at the top of your income statement. Other income, it can be either from commission. You have commission income, or you have rent, you have rental properties, so you have rental income. Or you received interest. Is this where it's supposed to go? Interest income. Yes, interest income. Where does interest income come from? It comes from the fixed deposit. What else can we have here? Bad debts recovered. Bad debts recovered. Higher level. Expenses, general expenses, you will have your bank charges, you will have your water and electricity, that is standard. You will have insurance, you will have your telephone expenses, you will have your interest expense, you will have your medical fund, pension fund contributions for your employees, you will have wages, salaries, just to name a few. And in higher level, these are the balances or the accounts that make up our trial balance and will affect how our balance in the trial balance balances. So you need to know each and every account and where it goes. And how do you increase such a balance? You need to know where assets increase, where equity, liabilities, revenue, incomes, expenses. Let's go through it at a higher level. For assets, where do assets increase or decrease? At a higher level, assets, you have your debit or your credit. They increase where? On the debit side, decreasing on the credit side. Your equity, where does it increase or decrease? It increases on the credit, decreases on the debit. Your liabilities, where do they increase, where do they decrease? They increase on the debit, decrease on the credit. Now, is that correct? If your answer is no, then you are correct. These follow the same. Increase on the credit, decreasing on the credit. Now, where do our revenues increase? Is it debit or credit? Income, where does it increase? It's going to be the same for the revenue and other income. For expenses, debit or credit. Expenditure increases on debit side and decreases on the credit. It acts as an asset. Revenue increases on the credit side and decreases on the credit side. And that's all for our first lesson. Stay tuned for the second part.